Welcome to our perfect week in Korea. 7 days, 6 nights. 2 nights in Seoul, 2 nights in Gyeongju, 2 nights in Busan with an English-speaking guide. Throughout this perfect week in Korea, you'll also have express train service from Seoul to Gyeongju. You'll have a private day tour in and around Gyeongju. You'll also have a private guided road trip to Busan. And you'll also have a private guided Busan day tour, all with an English-speaking guide and all your entrance fees taken care of as well. So you're probably wondering, where does it all start? Well, folks, it all starts in the capital. Day one, arrive into Seoul Airport. On arrival at Seoul Airport, you'll be met in the arrival hall by your driver, who will assist you with a transfer to your hotel. Now, speak to your local travel advisor, and your local travel advisor can either suggest a 4-star or a 5-star property. Now, Asian tourists have ranked Seoul their favourite Asian city for the last several years. A couple of hours after arrival, you'll be in full agreement. Now, whilst you're staying here in Seoul, you'll have 2 nights stay at the hotel of your choice, and you'll also have breakfast included each day. Now, Seoul is modern, full of interesting sights and street scenes, easy to navigate, and even easy to get information if you do get lost. The East-Western fusion delights, such as green tea tiramisu, as you can see here on your screen, will provide all the energy you need to enjoy the city to the fullest. After a good night of rest and relaxation, day 2, you'll be then taken on a private Seoul area tour. And these are just some of the places that you're going to visit on your day tour. Today you'll embark on a comprehensive tour of Seoul, which will include visits to the Jagaleshi Buddhist Temple. The building dates back to the late 14th century and became the order's chief temple in 1936. It thus plays a leading role in the current state of Seon Buddhism in South Korea. You'll also have an opportunity to visit the exhibition hall, and this is where you're going to learn about Korean culture and the history of the former Korean presidents. The area is comprised of a planned exhibition hall where various special exhibitions are held, as well as the changing of the guard ceremony at the Presidential Blue House. The Blue House is the executive office and official residence of the South Korean head of state, the President of the Republic of Korea, and located in the capital city of Seoul. Taking a tour of Cheongwa-dae, which is often referred to as the Blue House, is free. But what we need to point out is that be prepared to make reservations at least 3 weeks in advance, as tours can fill up rather quickly. The tour ends at the famous Namdaemung Market, where our recommendation is to leave the tour and enjoy shopping and eating at your own pace at the end of the day. The Namdaemung Market is seemingly open around the clock. Something to note though, a few retailers may be closed on a Sunday. This is a fantastic place to pick up inexpensive clothing, housewares, fabrics, jewellery, accessories, toys, food, flowers, stationery, appliances. The list goes on. So something here for everybody at the market. So after 2 nights in Seoul to discover the capital, on day 3, you'll take the express train to Gyeongju on South Korea's southeast coast. Gyeongju was the capital during 1,000-year Silla dynasty, and the historical remains are the area's highlight. Upon arrival, you'll be met and taken to your hotel, and yet again, you can choose between a 4-star and a 5-star. Your local travel agent will be able to help you with that. After lunch, take a tour of Gyeongju and visit the Royal Tamuli Park. Also visit the observation tower, and also go up to Enpijing Pond. It was part of the palace complex of ancient Silla. It was constructed by the order of King Munmu in 674. But it doesn't stop there. Your day will continue by visiting the Gyeongju National Museum as well. Its holdings are largely devoted to relics of the Silla Kingdom, of which Gyeongju was the capital. As we touched on, so many great options in Gyeongju for accommodation as well. 4-star and 5-star options available, one of those being the Commodore, a 5-star option being the K Hotel. And this is just one of the aspects of the K Hotel that I think you would love and find fascinating, especially for those who like to go and have a hot spa at the end of the day, so to speak. Then, after a good night's rest, on day 4, you'll continue your exploration of Gyeongju. Highlights include the 8th century Tongdosa Temple, which features twin stone pagodas and a large bronze Buddha. Then you'll continue on to the grotto. The Seoul Airport grotto offers panoramic vistas across the Sea of Japan, realistically and delicately sculpted high and low relief. It is considered a masterpiece of Buddhist art in the Far East. And also, you'll visit the Gyeongju Arts and Crafts Centre as well. It is both interesting and a great shopping stop. It's modern and it's sleek as well. Then continue your journey throughout Korea as you travel to Busan on day 5. This is a major port in South Korea's second largest city, known for its beaches, mountains, and also temples. En route, stop at Tongdosa Temple, one of the 3 jewel temples of Korea. Tongdosa is famous because there are no statues outside of the Buddha at the temple, because the real shrines of the Buddha are preserved at the Tongdosa. Courtyards at the temple are arranged and arrayed around several pagodas that house the Buddha's relics. Continue your journey to Busan, a major port in South Korea's second largest city, known for its beaches, mountains, and temples. On arrival in Busan, visit the Busan Tower. Busan Tower is approximately 120 meters high, so around about 360 to 380 feet. And it was built back in 1973. Of course, whilst you're in Busan, you want to see the international market as well. This is a great place to shop, and it's one of the largest markets in all of South Korea. Whilst you're in and around this region, you'll also want to check out the Jagaleshi Fishery. It is considered to be the largest fish market in all of South Korea. The name is said to have originated from Jagal, which means gravel in Korea, because the market used to be surrounded by gravel. This is one of the 10 landmarks of Busan. So many tourists visit there to shop and also to enjoy the foods. Yet again, whilst you're staying in Busan, you'll be able to stay at either a 4-star or a 5-star property, depending on what you choose. And your travel advisor will be able to make recommendations depending on the destination that you are choosing. Of course, the Novotel is a very popular option in Busan. As you can see, at the end of the day, sit by the pool and relax. Now, on your second full day in Busan, embark on a full-day tour of Busan, including a visit to Nurumuri Apec House. The name Nurumuri Apec House is created by combining the Korean words Nuri, which means world, and Maru, which means summit, and Apec House, which refers to an APEC conference hall. Collectively, it means a house where the world summits gather together for an APEC meeting. Continue the day by visiting the Busan Aquarium. There are about 250 species and up to 35,000 marine animals on display. Of course, this is a great option for families or just for an individual, singles. Everybody loves a good aquarium. And then, as your day continues, take in some of the most famous sites in and around Busan, such as Haeundae Beach, and as you can see, everybody seems to be there today. And of course, for those who love history and also being able to pay their respects, visit the United Nations Memorial Cemetery. It contains around about 2,300 graves and is the only United Nations cemetery in the world. The day will continue by visiting the Busan Museum, which was designed to preserve the traditional culture of Busan through its collection of relics and historical art pieces. In 1995, it was founded as Busan Metropolitan Museum. So much beauty and so much to see in and around Busan. Yonggung Temple is a Buddhist temple in Gyeongju, Busan, which is the southern parts. The temple was built in 1376 by the teacher known as Naeong during the Gyeongju dynasty. The temple complex is a large one and one of few in Korea to be set on the seaside. So there we have it, 6 days exploring Korea, 2 nights Seoul, 2 nights Gyeongju, 2 nights Busan. So on day 7, depart by express train to Seoul and then transfer to the airport for your departure. Or for those who wish to spend more time in South Korea, Busan is the best place from which to access Jeju Island. 2 or 3 nights relaxing on Jeju and perhaps seeing the diving grannies will become the highlight on which to end the trip. Speak to your local travel agent for more details. So there you have it, a beautiful, perfect week in South Korea, starting at around about $2,500 per person, breakfast included every day, 6 nights accommodation, private guide, English speaking. What a great introduction to Korea. So chat to your local travel agent and they'll be able to help you out.